Talk to me nice, you get me? Talk to me nice, you understand? Talk to me nicely, you understand? Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? For those who are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for the notification of the uploads, baby. And for those of you who are returnees, minerals, gang, you ain't got the minerals, baby. Listen, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Gege, let's get into the room. We're gonna be talking to you guys about Mike and Leanne specifically, and we'll talk about the other people in another video. But I want to say this first of all. You see, there's something that is working in the spirit. You know, Yesu Christo, you know what I mean? Onyame has been working on our good. Let me tell you something about my Lord, my God, my personal and the Savior that I serve. You can't come and just behave anyhow and think that it's gonna run. Are you mad? We came here looking for what? A boyfriend and not a son, as my friend said. Listen, bruv, are you mad? Listen, Mike, I was thinking that you were losing it, but I didn't realize. You see, I spoke to the Watson family in the spirit. And as we spoke in the spirit, I began to see and to pray. They asked me, is there not a prophet in this town? I said, yes, there's a prophet in this town. And I will begin to see and speak into the life of Michael. You see, the Bible talks about a time when Abraham went into Egypt and Abimelech, the king, was there. And the king had taken Sarah as his wife as he began to sleep. As Michael began to sleep beside Jess, he may have had some dream. Let me tell you something. Me and the Holy Spirit and Yesu Christo and Onyame the Father came into his dream and told him, Michael, if you don't return to your first love, there will be trouble for you. You see? So I'm so happy that, you know what? This must be love. I'm coming back to the heart of worship because it's all about you. Listen, Michael. Let me tell you something. Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you, when it first started, Michael was moving mad, yeah? Because my man was obviously telling me, you know, my man was obviously going on a date with the girls. Now, here's my thing, because I always try to keep it balanced, you see? Turn to your neighbor and say, balance. You understand? So I try to keep the balance going, you understand? So obviously, they were having a date. Himself and Callum were having a date with Jess and Eve, right? And as they were having the date, in fact, even before that, in fact, I would say something that, you know, Michael did say before he left. He told Leanne, listen, when we get back, we'll have a chat. So I appreciate him for that. You know, man did say that. You know, he did say that. Or I might have said that after. He said later on we'll have a chat. Maybe, sorry, I think it was after he said we'll have a chat. But anyway, so when he went on this date with Jess and Evie, you know, he dropped a few bars here. And here's my thing. The real reason why I believe he went on this date, and I said this earlier on about ego and pride. When it comes to dating, a lot of men have ego and pride. And this actually is a inhibitor. I shouldn't say inhibitor. This is something that prohibits a lot of men from actively dating people they should really date. Women often have this pride and ego when they come into a group. Men have this pride and ego solo. When women get into a group, you see them when a guy is maybe not too good looking, he's approached. The girl's like, oh my God, why do you like him? And the girl will make a decision based on the front of what the girls have said. But when it comes to men will have a pride and ego solo. They don't need other men to consult. If they decide they want to have it, they'll have it. They don't care about that man. You understand? In most cases. What happened here is that Mike saw an opportunity. He saw an opportunity for what? Desire. You see, the classical thing here about human behavior is that many people cheat, as Esther Perel was talking. Esther Perel, I don't know if you've ever seen her thing. She says, the one thing that a lot of us desire is desire. We want to feel desired. You see, that is why some people play the game and they go too far, where in the office they may flirt, have fun, say a few bars. They don't want to enter a relationship with that other person. In fact, they just want to have, maybe they want to have sex, okay? But the reason why we're having sex is for desire. I want to be desired. That loving that I want is I want to be desired. I want to be fetched after. And Michael actually explains this. He says this, when the girls were saying what they were saying, he said, it's nice to feel wanted or desired or whatever he said, right? And that when he said that bar, it threw me into instantly understanding where he was coming from. Now, again, I have to also put the balance in there, okay? Because quite clearly, from my perspective, watching it, definitely Leanne made it very clear that she desired Michael. How did she desire? How do we know that? Well, previously, before this, in the last episode, when he was talking about the challenge and the kiss, my girl blatantly came and said, well, later on we'll share a better kiss, right? Not only that, underneath the covers in day one, I don't know if anybody noticed, underneath the covers it was rustling up and down in their bed. I didn't know what was going on. They quickly skipped over, but there was something that was going on underneath the covers, you understand? So that too, you know, and you know, you can tell, even though she's reserved, she's been trying to be open with you. You know what I'm saying? After you dropped Kilimanjaro bars, you've been dropping tall bars. You understand? Golden State bars, Return to Ghana bars. You've been dropping so many bars. Eh? So that let me know that you knew there was a desire from her. What you're looking for is this overt, explicit, not only desire, but what we and I'll be very frank. You know, sometimes amongst us blacks and amongst the whites, how we show our desire can be a little bit different. It can be said that when amongst the white women, they show an overt expression of desire for us as males. Now, some people may call it a fetish. I don't call it that. I just say that they have a liberal freedom to be able to express their energy, their passion, their sexual drive. Because the society doesn't kill them for doing so as much as a black woman does. And so what you see is that the black male, Michael in this particular case, seeks this type of desire and adorns this desire, but he gets it from Jess and Eve. Why? Because when he drops bars, they laugh. And I'll be very frank. Any black woman can cuss and say what they want to say. I don't care what they say. I've seen it personally myself as well. That when I drop bars towards the Caucasian ladies, fam, I am the funniest freaking guy in the whole of the land. Now, I can drop the same bars back when I'm funny too, don't get twisted. I'm funny across the freaking board, cuz, you understand? Yeah? Like, share, and subscribe, you don't know, Manor Rules gang and that. But it's a different type of boasting that you see when it comes to white women. It's not a fetish. You see, this is the problem that we have. There is a misunderstanding here. And it's pushed further. That agenda is pushed further because of what black males do oftentimes. But they're unable to explain what's going on. It's not the submissiveness of the white woman. It is the overtness to place a man as a king without much trouble. And I understand why the black woman doesn't do that. Because, fam, to be honest, you see how hard life is. Can't just do that. So I get it, but again, human beings often take the road that is easily traveled, right? Is whichever road is easier to take, they will try to take that one. Why? Why would you want to struggle on a road? Not deeper. Why would I want to struggle on a road? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take the road where it's easy to go down. Do you know what I'm saying? So naturally, what happens is when Michael starts to, and you saw him, he said it to Leanne as well. He said, obviously, I've been dropping compliments from the beginning. Why? Because he knows when he drops compliments, it gets taken in a completely different light to when he drops compliments to Leanne. I'm not saying Leanne doesn't lap it up. What I'm saying is that Leanne will not show 100% that she's lapping it up. Nor will she be able to respond to you 100% that exact same way. There are black women that do that. I'm not saying this across the board, but I'm saying in majority, especially people that are born, especially those who are born in London. I don't know what it is. The spirit of London is different. When I was there, fam, some of you guys, there is so much. The Prince of Persia exists in London. It just everywhere, strong. You know what I'm saying? So what happened here is that Michael got gassed up by Jess and Eve because whatever he said, which was, and he's funny, don't get twisted, got taken like he was a king, right? And as a male, the ego and the pride, it loves that. It loves that. Regardless of whatever color you are, it loves that. It wants to be adorned. It wants to be celebrated. Same way women want to be worshipped for their beauty. Regardless if anyone says, oh no, you know, personality. Don't get it twisted. When we start saying you're buff and you're the maddest thing since sliced bread, don't act like you don't get gassed. You understand? That can't be the you and end all of us, but you love it. You'll get gassed, right? So it's the exact same way. And a man wants that adulation. He wants the words of praise. He wants the what? Respect. So what he got from them two girls was slightly different from Leanne. Now, I'm not excusing his behavior. because this is very important. We can't excuse behavior, because what he did get was some verbal affirmations, as I stated earlier on, right? So he knew her position. So in this particular case, it almost negates itself, right? I understand where Leanne was standing, and I understood where Mike was standing. Mike just decided to take advantage of a situation where someone chose him and had a little bit of a ego boost, yeah, and I understand that as well. And just to add to that as well, about talking about having a booster of ego. When he was talking to Jess and talking to Eve, when he talked to Jess especially, because I suppose he obviously liked him, what did he say? He said something. He said along the lines of, "And then how was the kiss?" You get me? Again, adoration, adulation, wanting the praise, wanting the respect, wanting the bigging up. Do you get what I'm saying? And we really know that Leanne in the boardroom, in the diary room, said obviously, the kiss weren't too hot. Now that may have translated into her behaviour. We don't know, but in all cases, obviously, again, it's him searching for that adulation, that praise, that kingship again. He said, and there was something that he didn't say. He said, obviously, to Leanne, you know what, I wasn't fully expecting, obviously, the girls to choose me. Yes, you freaking were. You dropped so many kamikaze bars, and you saw the way they responded. Yes, you were expecting it. Yeah? You were expecting it. Now, you never thought 100% it's definitely you, but you were expecting it. Do you get what I'm saying? Trying to downplay it, not necessarily. Not necessary. But, you do you got to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, it's like I said, it's all about making sure that Leanne, he wanted the overtness from Leanne, didn't get it. Again, the girls were giving it. With the girl with 20, I won't. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what he originally offered before after the coupling up, and obviously it's an impossible situation. What's Leanne gonna say? No, like how can she? They're not together. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the question obviously is asking us almost as if like, well, if she says no, if she says yes, then he can go, well, you can't complain because you said I can go in the bed. But if she says no, it's like then that can also be used against her as well. You're a bit needy. Like I'm not with you, so how are you blocking me from moving? But then why did you ask? Sometimes people ask these kind of questions not necessarily because they want the person to say no, but rather to kind of show that they themselves, I'm thinking about you again, like, and the girl was thinking, why did he ask me if he really didn't want to, why would he ask me if, he didn't care then? He must care because obviously he asked me how I felt about the situation of him sleeping in the bed. But actually sometimes it's a double bluff. Sometimes it's just game. Sometimes asking that question because we know what kind of response you're going to give. You can't technically say, don't go there and sleep there because we're not together. So again, it's almost using that grey area, and that's why I was saying that although I love the fact that Mike has returned, return of Mike, we're grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? We're happy, man. But we have to be very honest and say, listen, obviously, look, just watching the components of how things went, there's some things that he was doing which I was a bit cheeky. And obviously as well, Mike, first of all, was quite honest, and I'll be very frank, because he was quite honest compared to Callum, majorly open. So I really appreciate the fact that he was far more honest, and I mean that because there were still parts that he wasn't honest with, far more honest than Callum ever could be around the situation, which gave Leanne a bit more understanding of where she stood. But Mike has sufficiently proved my point when I said about men. Men know from the jump who they are feeling. I'm sorry, yeah, that's why Adam said, Eve, the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. He didn't waste time. Do you know why? Because he knew when he saw what he needed. Yeah? And if women played the same game that guys played, they would be ruined. They will be stewing. Trust me, we'll be crying. So, no, I really appreciate the fact that obviously Mike did that. And I love the fact that they had a conversation as well around when he came obviously then to say, look, he's been thinking about it, he's been sleeping and he slept well. He appreciated that he woke up to the girl, but he said, you know what? I've been thinking about you and I can't get it out of my mind. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, you know that you're loving. He couldn't get the girl out of his head, man. And so again, that proves my point that, listen, and the thing that people keep saying about it's only 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. Listen, you're forgetting, that you don't ever spend 24 hours more time with the person you first meet. You never spent 24 hours. In fact, Total up the hours that you spend with somebody, yeah? And 24 hours is a week. It's 2 weeks even worth of time that you're spending with that person. Don't come and tell me 1 day. Because 1 day is 24 hours. These guys are spending 16, maybe 8, 16, maybe 14 hours together. So for 1 day, it is even 28 hours potentially, almost 30 hours. You don't even get that in a week with the individual. You spend 1 hour with this person and maybe another 2 hours during the course of the week, and you're already feeling a certain way. So don't tell me that. People feel away from straight from the jump, but spending that much time in a villa when you got nothing else to do apart from each other? Come on, man, you can't tell me there ain't no feelings getting caught on the first day. You know what I'm saying? Deep the timing. It's not 1 day. Your 1 day is not their 1 day. Better is 1 day in your house than 1,000 elsewhere. Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. We're here giving you guys a review of Love Island. I don't know what the frick that was. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for the notification of the uploads, baby. And if you know what? If you're a minerals gang, you understand? Minerals gang. You're a returnee, yeah? Listen, you ain't got the minerals, baby. Yeah, don't know, baby. Listen, dum. So listen, guys, we're just going to talk to you guys about the rest of the episode and just kind of give it a rundown. But I'm going to finish off speaking about Mike and Leanne. Want to start by saying this. Many people are talking about how Leanne won her man back without doing anything. Do you know what that's called? It's called Stoicism, meaning that you just don't care about the situation. And what happens is oftentimes out of Stoicism, in a relationship aspect, the person on the other end sees that you're nonchalant and you don't care seemingly, and then responds by being bothered. Whoever's the least bothered oftentimes is the one that wins. Here, Mike was most bothered. He started to realize, hold on a minute, do I really want the twin? And actually became bothered by the situation and caved in and said, my heart's feeling a certain way. I don't know if it's because of this, that. But maybe because of the way that she reacted, she didn't give him the energy that he required. Because remember, it's all about, what I said in the last video, he's all about wanting a desire from her. He wants a desire, wants her to desire him. And so in that case, we see that obviously, boom, that when she didn't give him that, what's he gonna do? He's gonna feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And it happens a lot in relationships. So most of you have experiences where you move on from a partner and suddenly they want you now. Now when you're doing good, they want you. Like, bro, where were you like 6 months ago? Like, suddenly you want me now. Like, now I'm doing good. Now I'm rising up the ranks. Now I'm doing my bit. Now I'm doing bare things, cuz. Now a man is doing the most, cuz. You know what I mean? Where were you before? Do you know what I mean? Deep it. So yeah, that's always a thing that happens as well. And I love the fact that Leanne, just kept it just trill. Like, my God, she didn't want to show that she was bothered. She was bothered. Don't get it twisted. Of course she was bothered. Like, but she had to keep it trill and said, listen, I gotta keep my composure. I can't come and kill myself. You understand? So yeah, and when Michael came over to her and said, he's getting butterflies, you see the struggle of men. We struggle to say our emotions in it. We don't want to say it because we're scared for the rebuttal. And he said it. He was scared to get rejected. And because of fear of rejection, it causes men to go where they feel like someone's overtly showing them desire. Because our pride and ego does not want to get bruised, so it has to go somewhere where somebody is responding to our ego and pride and showing us a desire overtly rather than under the currents as well. So yeah, I really love Mike and Leanne. We can't wait to see Black Love, man. Queen Slam, baby. Queen Slam. Hey, guys, if you like what we do, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. What did you feel about the thing today, baby? Listen, that black magic, love and sex and magic. Oh, did it before. So yeah, guys. Hey, mineral gang, 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 mineral gang. Hey, Little Black Book, you already know what time it is, baby. You ain't got the minerals.